Australian Prospective Marriage Visas. Please note that this is an offshore visa, which means you must be outside Australia when you apply for this visa and outside Australia when this visa is granted. A subclass 300 prospective marriage visa, also known as a fiance visa or a prospective spouse visa, is a temporary visa that lasts for 9 months from the date when it is granted. If a prospective marriage visa is granted, the applicant must enter Australia and marry the sponsor, that is, the Australian spouse-to-be, within that 9-month period. You then apply for an onshore partner visa when you are in Australia so the applicant can stay. If you are already married or are planning on marrying your fiancé before entering Australia, or if you have been living in a de facto relationship with your fiancé for over 12 months, you should apply for a partner visa instead. Eligibility. To be eligible for a prospective marriage visa, you must be sponsored by a fiancé who is an Australian citizen, an Australian permanent resident, or an eligible New Zealand citizen. You must be at least 18 years old. You must be of the opposite sex to your fiancé. You must have met each other in person as adults and be known to each other personally, in other words, not having just met on the internet. And you must have no legal impediments to marrying. In other words, you are both legally free to marry, i.e. never married or divorced or widowed. You are both over 18 and the intended marriage will be legal under Australian law. You must have a genuine intention to marry each other. You must have a genuine intention to remain together in a committed marriage, and you must meet health and character requirements. After being granted a prospective marriage visa. If you are granted a visa, you must enter Australia first and then marry your fiancé within 9 months of the visa grant, and after the marriage you need to lodge an application in Australia for a temporary partner visa. You must ensure that you have made your initial entry to Australia on your prospective marriage visa. You must ensure that you have made your initial entry to Australia on your prospective marriage visa by the date on the visa grant letter, before you marry your fiancé, and before the visa runs out. The marriage can then take place either in or outside Australia, provided you have entered Australia on the prospective marriage visa first, before the actual marriage takes place. Entitlements. You are entitled to work and study in Australia. However, you are not eligible to apply for Austudy until you have been granted the permanent partner visa, subclass 801. You will be entitled to multiple entry travel to Australia. You will not be entitled to apply for Medicare until after you have applied for the subclass 820 temporary partner visa. If your circumstances change, you should immediately notify the Department of Immigration in Australia if you have a child with your fiancé, or if your relationship breaks down, or if you change your passport, or if you change your address. Thank you.